What's up, guys? You're in a hearty hello. I am Tatianna Tarot. I'm hitting you up with the tarot energy forecast for the week of January 23rd. That's Monday, January 23rd, all the way to Sunday, January 29th. I was this freaking close to not posting anything for this week. But I'm here, I'm showing up. So I'm so grateful for you guys watching and tuning in. For everybody that is new, what up? It is your girl. I am a tarot reader, basically. I've been reading tarot since I was a kid. That is what this page is predominantly filled of, but I do other things. I am also an Iyalorisa of the Orisha Isheshe tradition. Okay, I am a Espiritista. I am an Akashic Record practitioner. I'm a subtle energy healer. I'm a mama. So you're gonna see a little bit of everything up in this page inevitably. But if you are tuning in, thank you for your love and support. And for those that have been rocking with me for a minute, let's get into the juice. As per usual, like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know how this video vibes with you, okay, how you resonate with the message. But what I'll essentially be doing for this particular video and every one of these tarot energy forecasts is giving you a glimpse as to what this week may consist of energetically based on what I pull and what Great Spirit has to tell us. So I'm going to be pulling a card and an oracle card for Monday and Tuesday, one for Wednesday and Thursday, and one to sum up the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will also still be using the very plain but very great Rider-Waite, okay? This is the standard Rider-Waite deck. You can find it most places. I will probably be using the Prism Oracle deck, as well. And my Love Oracle of Eden, which I'll be listing for you guys below. The Love Oracle Eden is black owned, black made, black fabulous oracle deck with a lot of romanticized images, traditional type images with black figurines on them. So it is ridiculously stunning. So if you want to grab one for yourself, if you collect decks, if you just feel like you need it in your whole deck repertoire, you know where to find it down below. Again, I just want to give you a heads up on my offerings for this month. I have an online membership called Possess Your Spirit, where I teach you one-on-one classes, whether that is on divination, Akashic record work. We do a lot of meditations. There's audio meditations, there's group meditations, there's group clearings and healings, so on and so forth. So you can find that all in my membership down below. If you are interested in working more with me, that is how you will get access to me. This Saturday, January 28th, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, we will be hosting the Energetics of Opulence Q&A session, and also doing a massive group healing, clearing out your money blocks so you can welcome in abundance and ease for the year or for whenever. The Energetics of Opulence is a 9-video class that is in the Possess Your Spirit membership. And basically through them 9 videos, they're very detailed, but I teach you a lot of energetic techniques and tools that you can implement in your life to clear out subconscious blockages that are keeping you away from securing bags, from living your best life, from welcoming in all forms of abundance, not just monetarily, and welcoming in more ease, right? And so you've got that whole class in the membership, but on top of that, this Saturday, I will be teaching a class based off of the class. So you guys will have the opportunity to ask me any questions after taking those meditations and also doing the group healing session with me, because when we do the group healing, it is amplified. There's strength in numbers. So you will have the opportunity to clear out a lot more rapidly in a group container than you would be doing it by yourself at home. So again, the links to that is down below along with the Oracle deck. So let's get started for this week. So give me one moment. I'm just going to start with a little libation, a little prayer. Okay. Great Spirit. What is it that we need to know for January 23rd and Thursday, January 24th for this week energetically? What is the message here? Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We're getting the Emperor. Okay. By the time I post this video, it's probably going to be more so like Tuesday your time, but it don't matter. The Emperor is no nonsense. The Emperor is what we essentially like to embody when we start a new year, right? When we enter the threshold of any new year, we are very much on the wavelengths of new year, new me, new year, new resolutions, new year, old habits go out, new habits go in. All of a sudden I'm organized, I'm structured, and I'm a boss. Like, it's very much giving that when that happens. This is also in tandem with the Emperor's energy. When we think about the archetype of the Emperor, we think about the divine masculine, structures that support us, support our divine feminine. So this is talking about for Monday and Tuesday, think about what structures, what foundations you have set in place in your life, what routines, what habits, what behaviors, and I guess some organization skills do you have that allow you the flexibility to really rest and reside in your divine feminine. So when I talk about the structure, I talk about, do you have a day-to-day routine? Let's say, for example, you want to be able to be your own entrepreneur. You want to be able to have the liberty to kind of set your schedule the way you like. You want to be able to create the things that you most want. And when you feel inspired, you want to be able to, you know, be able to pay yourself or whatever. What is the structure looking like that allows for that freedom to happen? Do you sit down 20 minutes a day to visualize how your day is going to be like? That way you're already setting the tone and entering the space with the energy that you would like to exude and project and call into your life. Do you have some sort of a financial structure that is like maybe every Monday, every Friday, you check over your expenses, you make sure you're not going over your budget, or you're you know, organizing your expenses and you're organizing your receipts? You know, are you working out? Are you, you know, do you have some sort of a minor plan for your health and your fitness, which now gives you the excess energy and the health to support you on this entrepreneurial journey? Are you taking time to do things that help foster more inspiration and creativity instead of consuming excessively what other people are creating and residing in this space of comparison, lack, and also not utilizing your own divine creativity, your own divine energy to put more of what it is you're naturally going to channel? And so some of these things, such as having a fitness and workout routine, a health routine, having some sort of monetary plan, a strategy, a budgeting strategy, whatever, having some downtime for your own spiritual practice, having some space where you're consciously and intentionally thinking about how to cultivate more creativity, more ingenuity in your life. These are structures that now then lend to a more expansive way of being, to more your divine feminine, stepping into a space of receptivity, stepping into a space of flow, stepping into a space of ease, stepping into a space of creativity, right? So the Emperor wants you to think about what are the things that are supporting you, to supporting your ability to thrive. Consider that, okay? Emperor can also deal with a lot of divine masculine figures in your life. So this could be a theme that's coming up with your father, a grandfather, an uncle, a prominent divine masculine figure or an authoritative figure that may influence the way that you perceive divine masculinity, or maybe you've subconsciously picked up some cues and some energies from these people in regards to what divine masculinity is. Whether that be healthy or toxic, this will be a theme coming up for Monday and Tuesday, because it's just something to come up in your psyche. There's a reason why it's coming up. So whether it's something that's rubbing you the wrong way, it's almost as if your body and your energy wants you to be aware of, like, hey, this one thing is bothering you. And it's time for you to either confront it, deal with it, heal, and move forward. Or this one thing that is catalyzing and triggering you may be the one seed and element that really gets you to unlock your own superpowers in terms of what divine masculinity is, because we all contain it regardless of gender or not. It's all within us. So are you using your divine masculinity in balance? You know, who are those figures that represent healthy divine masculine role models in your life, the healthy divine masculine archetype? And is your divine masculinity in balance? Because I think we think about that in terms of action, right? Sometimes divine masculinity is taking right action, inspired action, setting the stones in place, setting the foundation in place so that we can thrive. And for some of us, that may look like overworking, exuding and controlling things into place, working from a space of lack rather than working from a space of when you feel inspired, when you feel energized, right? So how are you operating in your divine masculinity? For the beginning of the week, just consider that, and consider the role models in which may have programmed you in terms of how you may be relating, you know, to your divine masculinity, whether you view this as something negative, whether you view this as something that you need to heal from, or whether it is something that is rather healthy, okay? Again, the Emperor talks about being in control of your own life. It talks about the theme of legacy. So what are you setting up in your own life to be a grand, to just be a grand example to your descendants? You know, inevitably you will be an ancestor. Whether you have children or not, you might want to be remembered for something. And so really think about that the beginning of this week. What do you want to be remembered for? And what are you doing now to ensure that remembrance, to ensure that you're establishing a long-lasting legacy? What are you doing to set the tone for that? Like, some people might want to start recording, like, everything is digital, right? Everything is digital now. And we have to remember that I don't know how digital things are going to be preserved later on in the future, right? If you think about anthropological and archaeological studies, they usually have something materialistic, something tangible, something that they're quite literally digging up. And so for the beginning of this week, you might want to consider not only recording memories, taking photos and things digitally, but also maybe tying that with something physical. Maybe you want to write a book that you want to pass on or be remembered for. Even if it's not going to be shared publicly, it could be shared within your lineage. Or maybe you want to do a physical picture book, or create clothes, or so on and so, or have what they call them, people be making these boxes that you put things in and it could be preserved for many, many, many years. A memory box, a keepsake of sorts. So these are things that Great Spirit is kind of reminding you for the beginning of the year. Okay, we got a lot of messages for Monday and Tuesday. So another thing that Great Spirit is talking about is, are you walking the walk? Are you talking the talk with the Emperor? Okay, are you walking the walk? Are you talking the talk? This is talking about being in control of yourself, being in control of the thoughts that you're thinking, having 100% accountability over what you choose to think, over what you choose to do, and what you don't choose to do either, because that can also have a consequence. Not necessarily something bad, But you really need to consider all frames, all possibilities, all pictures before you make a concrete decision, because that is going to open up one road and it's going to close another, right? And you just don't know what that other can hold, what that other road that you decided not to go on, what that may hold for you, unless you do Akashic record work with me, because I teach you how to look into that through another timeline. But anyway, you want to really step into your accountability bag for Monday and Tuesday. You really want to start seeing yourself less as a leader. Like the main, again, I think I talked about this last week with another card, is giving main character energy, which means like you're in control of your script. You may not know what's going to happen next, but you're in control of your character, what your character says, what your character does, how your character moves, what their beliefs are, what makes them you, right? What's your unique perspective in life? How do you allow life to affect you? How do you perceive the situations that have happened to you, and how are you building yourself up to be the best main character of your own life? How are you turning lemons into lemonade, right? Emperor really wants you to consider that and exude that. Maybe your personal philosophy and your vision and your statement is all great things are always happening to me. Like the universe is conspiring to just bring me greatness all the time. And more opportunities flow to me as a result of every little thing is always working out in my favor, and that belief system, okay? Okay, so what else are we working with the Emperor? This radical healing, radical breakthrough, again with important maybe male figures in your life. It could be a partner, it could be a family member. There may be some sort of a theme that arises the first 2 days of the week dealing with these people, and just be curious, you know, just be curious to explore, why is this thing coming up for me now? What is the underlying message here? What do I feel I need to do with this information? What is this information really trying to reveal to me? You know, maybe it's nothing that I should be doing, or should be taking initiative in. Maybe it's something I just need to be aware of and paying attention to at this time, and just putting a post-it note on that, okay? So that is what we have for Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday for this week, the 23rd and the 24th. Great Spirit, what else do you have to say? So, disruption. So it is really giving like, get your shit together and act like you know that you got your shit together for Monday and Tuesday, because the Emperor does not play around. The Emperor has a massive team. They're always working towards some sort of futuristic version, a futuristic vision. So we're like in Aquarius season now. And so this is talking about, if you really want the things that you say that you want, how badly do you want it? Because are you sacrificing? Are you putting in the work? Are you sacrificing? Are you disciplined? Are you executing from a space of being a visionary? Are you expanding, or are you playing small? The Emperor does not play small. The Emperor doesn't have time to play small. The Emperor doesn't even entertain the size small, because the Emperor lives in a state of gratitude. They know in reality they can die at any time, and the work that they have done is in vain. So they're like, okay, go big or go home. I'm really gonna milk out every minute of my day. I'm gonna milk out and really, like, if I am the only life, this is the only life that I have in this lifetime as this identity, how do I want to go out? What do I want to establish for myself? I want to live the best life possible. How can I come correct in myself to ensure that that happens? I might not be able to control external circumstances, but I can control myself. I can control how I perceive things. I can control how I act to things and react to things. I can control how I want to utilize my creativity to make the best of this world, this lifetime, this life. So that is what the emperor does. And that's why they are so well respected. They're so exalted. And they have all of this life wisdom and this life experience that they don't even play around with it anymore, because they done busted their ass so many times. They done learned so many lessons. They already know. All right. They already know themselves very well. And so this disruption might be some sort of an emotional disruption. It might just be a reminder of something that is happening outside of you, maybe in another person who resembles a divine masculine figure, or you see people using their divine masculinity in ways that no longer align with you. Maybe you see people like hustle, hustle, hustle culture, create, and you're like, damn, I don't even want to operate like that anymore. Like, I definitely want to create, I definitely want to hustle, I definitely want to take action, but I'm going to reframe the way that I do it, that is most in alignment with who I am as the emperor, right? Because this dude is just chilling. Like, I've got people to do that for me. I'm just delegating. What are the things that you can delegate in your life now? Maybe it's something as simple as waking up early on Tuesdays to create a freaking meal plan so that you're not cooking every other day of the week. Maybe it's just paying somebody a couple extra coins to do your laundry so you don't have to do it. Maybe it's like getting an intern as an assistant, a virtual assistant, so on and so forth. Maybe it's asking a best friend, do you want to watch my kids? Can you watch my kids in exchange for something, just for a couple hours so I can get a breather? Whatever it is, Spirit is also talking about the power of delegation, because you don't want to be overtly in control. What is it that you don't want to lose control of? What is it? How is it impacting your life? So on and so forth. So Wednesday, the 25th, and Thursday, the 26th. Wednesday, the 25th, and Thursday, the 26th. Okay. What is the message for those 2 days? It's always construction around here. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, this week is kind of intense. Not necessarily like, oh my God, I won't know how to handle it. It is almost like Spirit is like, we swiping things in and we swiping things out. That's what we're doing in our lives. We're editing, we're checking. Does this work? Does this not work? Is it providing results? No. How am I responsible for that? How am I, really taking responsibility as a creator of my own life? For Wednesday and Thursday with the Two of Pentacles, you might find yourself in a little bit of an influx. You might find yourself like, oh, I'm not really ready to give up on this. I don't really have the clarity that I need to take the action that I desire. Telling you right now, if you're not clear on something, it's best to just stand back and pray on it and give yourself, ask your heart, ask your guides, ask your ancestors, ask Source to give you a clear sign within 3 days. Give me a clear sign within 3 days, right? Because if you don't have the clarity that you're looking for, it's best not to make any decisions. If I'm unclear about something, the answer is usually no, right? Because I would know instinctively by the way I feel in my body, by the way my heart feels. If my intuition's not clear, if my instincts are not clear, that's usually a no. But I always give it space to be like, okay, maybe I just need more time to ruminate on this a little bit. And maybe that's the case for Wednesday and Thursday, is that you guys are implementing so many changes based on the information you received last week and from the beginning of this week, that you're like, I don't know what needs to stay, I don't know what needs to go. Or if you are clear on the things that need to go, a part of you might be like not really ready to separate yourself from these things. You might not be really willing to do what it takes to take that next step to be the emperor in your life, right? And so the two of Pentacles is telling you, really have some grace with yourself. Have grace with yourself. It is going to be a very emotional week in the middle of the week. You're gonna get slapped with a lot of realizations. You're gonna get slapped with a lot of epiphanies, and you're gonna feel like, oh my God, aside from your day-to-day work, there is a lot of work to do internally is what you're going to feel like. You're just going to get busy, right? It's Aquarius season. It's giving us visions. It's giving us the homework that source wants us to do. And this homework may be larger than life for some people. Some of you might be like thinking like, why me? Me? Who am I to like go after all of this? But it's given to you for a reason. You were chosen for a reason. You chose to do it. So buckle up, babies. Really have a space of ease and grace for you this week. Navigating this could be very emotional. Choosing yourself could be very difficult for some people who have never chosen themselves before, who don't even know how to do it, they've never seen that model of someone healthily choosing themselves. Right? And so especially for those people that are people pleasers, the middle of this week may be some sort of like a harsh reality, like, wow, I can't believe I've been operating like this whole time. What would it look like for me to operate in another way that's a more healthy dynamic for myself? That could be a little sad. There could be grief there. There could be a personal challenge there, because that could mean like maybe you're starting to realize some people that you really care deeply for, the things that you really love to do, aren't really that great for you anymore. And it's a choice of like, oh, do I choose myself? Do I choose these people? I need to now maybe create boundaries or clear these people from my life, or really not indulge so much on Netflix and chill, because then nothing else gets done, right? And so it could be like some sort of like give yourself some space to settle into this new reality and to settle into the idea of what would it look like to actually physically shift your life and to implement the changes that you're being guided to do. Not that this has to be done immediately. Slow and steady wins the race, step by step, okay? But just know that if you're gonna do anything, do it from a space of love. For sure. Do it from a space of love. Don't just yeah, because I'm getting almost a message or the sentiment that some people are just like, I don't know if I should do this or should go for this. And it's really like you're waiting for someone to validate you for that. Or you're putting someone else's opinions above your own. Or you're standing too long on a decision. You're sitting too long on a decision that should have been made. Like some of you guys already know what the answer is, and you're just like stalling, hoping that things will shift to show you another thing. That's another thing. Like when you guys ask for signs, take the freaking sign. Just take the sign. Like most of the times y'all be getting signs and you're like, well, the sign wasn't big enough. It wasn't like a horn from God. And it's like, boo, if you freaking ask for a sign and then you're like crazy with numbers, all of a sudden you see like a 222, and 222 for you means like, oh, divine union, alignment. And you're like, oh, but that's such a small sign. It's not the sign I'm looking for. Take the freaking sign. You asked for a sign. Like, don't make God do the most and jump hoops because you're just not getting the message. Like, don't be hard-headed, okay? Don't be hard-headed. We're trying to be like the emperor. We're trying to level up. We're trying to be like yes, no, in a board full of influential people where you are the most influential and everybody is a character that you have deliberately chose to perform in your movie. Be the most confident, the most empowered, the most secure, the most connected and in tune. Start paying attention to your bodies. Okay, really start nourishing your bodies. Like some of you guys are topsy-turvy in that department. Some of you guys are 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Some of you guys are like, it's okay to move slowly, but if you're gonna commit something, commit to it full-heartedly. Okay? So wait, the 27th, the 28th, and the 29th. Friday the 27th, Saturday the 28th, Sunday the 29th. Great Spirit, what is our message? Okay, the 9 of Swords. Why are we stressing? Why? It's the 9 of Swords is, tell you this week is kind of like, this week is just a very mental week. It's a very mental week. I would not advise for you guys to do the most. This week is a very mental week. I would not advise you guys to do the most because it's a lot of mental stress. It's a lot of emotional shifts happening. And then there's a lot of upgrades that are going on. I would not be surprised if energetically there's a lot of upgrades that are going on. This would be a phenomenal week to do meditations, to get clarity. What's going on with my family dynamic? What's going on with the masculine, the divine masculine? Do I need to heal from my father? You know, do I need to heal from this partner? Do I need therapy with my partner? Do I need to stop? You know, what is the root of me being a workaholic? What is the root of me being a control freak? I don't know. Like, I'm not clear, or I don't know if I got what it takes to really commit to something. Then this weekend with the 9 of Swords, it's too much here. This is a great week, like I said before, to do your meditations. Okay, Google some meditations, Google some sonic healing, sound baths, spiritual baths. Possess Your Spirit membership. I got a bunch of meditations that can support you there. Great, excellent week, really, to do the energetics of opulence class that I got there, clearing out your money blocks from your ancestry to your childhood, the money story that you've inherited from your parents, the timeline jumping, all of that. It's a phenomenal week to do all that. The Emperor also does deal with root chakra stuff, right? So we're dealing with security, we're dealing with identity, we're dealing with legacy, we're dealing with routine, we're dealing with sacrifice, we're dealing with the divine masculine, right? And so a lot of that is easily, you know, a lot of us don't have a secure root chakra, the base of our spine. That's why our income fluctuates. That's why, you know, our health and our D of health fluctuates. That's why we don't feel comfortable and safe in our own skin. There's a lot of anxiety, right? We're wide open sponges to picking up on other people's energy. And so doing this work will help you get a better grasp on clearing that out and building a bigger, better, and stronger foundation for you to thrive off of. 9 of Swords. Do what you can to breathe easy. Okay, you're thinking too much. This isn't a week to think too much. This is a week to connect with your feeling. How am I feeling? How does this make me feel? If I'm not clear, maybe I'm just gonna rest and watch a movie. I'm gonna go to bed early. I'm gonna drink more water. I'm gonna do what I need to do to get into a space of clarity, right? Or I'm gonna meditate near a body of water. I'm gonna go out to nature. You're gonna be getting a lot of downloads this weekend, Friday to Sunday, illumination. Some of these things that are coming into your awareness, you're not gonna be happy about. Maybe it's like, whoa, I just realized that I show up like this in my relationships, and that's how my daddy and my grandpa have always shown up in their relationships, right? Or, oh, I just squander money all the time, dealing with the Emperor, dealing with the root chakra. I just realized I squander money all the time. And you know, as a kid, I noticed my mom squander money all the time. Or you know, I say I want all of these opportunities, but every time I get them, I sabotage them because I don't really think I'm worthy of them, or I'm scared to take that next level, right? Whatever belief systems that you have, I would write them down. You know, what is blocking you from X, Y, and Z? I think I even did this on my Instagram. As I posted up a poll or a story, and I asked you guys, what are some of the belief systems that are stopping you from living a life of abundance and ease? And a lot of you guys were like, I don't really believe it's easy, or I just really think getting money is evil, or it's bad, or you know, I don't really feel like I'm worthy of it, or I'm gonna feel bad if I get money and everybody else doesn't have money, right? These realizations, something's gotta give, because you want to live your best life. You want to elevate. The more that you are living your best life, the more that you are thriving, the more you are in a position to really embody your divinity, embody your truth. The more you're in a position to have more liberty and freedom over your own time, the more you are in a position to give back to other people, because you're not in the struggle mode. You're not in survival mode, right? You're coming from a space of overflow. So I got an overflow of ideas. I got an overflow of, maybe I want to build something else that's helping this community over here, is helping these people over here. Maybe I have extra money to donate to this cause, right? And so you got to think about expansion and not limitation. But this week is really going to illuminate your limitations, and those limitations might be coming from your own home, okay? Your ancestry, your own home. So these are some prompts that you might want to ask your ancestors. If you do ancestral veneration work, these are some prompts you might want to just journal and sit with yourself. These are some prompts you want to take to the energy clearing group meeting we have on January 28th, this Saturday. Or if you're doing like Akashic record work, this is something you want to clear with your guides. If you're looking up some meditations on YouTube, this is something maybe you want to look into. Root chakra meditation, clearing root chakra, clearing lack in identity, clearing lack in abundance, getting out of survival mode, getting out of struggle mode, right? We have to confront the issue before we can clear it. You don't necessarily have to relive it. That is the benefit about this week, is that I don't think you're going to actually relive this stuff again. I just think that it's like a big aha moment. And this is not a time for you to beat yourself up. Sometimes when we start realizing that we have perpetuated cycles unbeknownst to us, we can be like, well, why was you so dumb? Like, why did I do that? Especially with me in some past relationships, I was like, really, girl, like, come on. Like, but you really got to meet yourself with a lot of grace. You got to really meet yourself with a lot of love. You're coming from a space where you just didn't know any better, and now that you do, lift up the smaller version of yourself so that they can come along with you with the ride, for the ride, as you ascend, as you grow, as you expand in consciousness, in love, in becoming more of who you are. So a lot of illumination. Look forward for the illumination, right? And a lot of self-soothing this week, all right? If you guys want to get readings, I'm not the one to do that because I no longer offer readings. But if you want to work with me, again, Possess Your Spirit is the place to be. But if you want to get readings, then maybe it's a good time this weekend to pull out some cards on what you're starting to realize for yourself. So Great Spirit, let's see what the Oracle of Eden has to tell us. Great Spirit, what does the Oracle of Eden have to tell us for this week? So what did I say? Self-care is big on self-care. Can we see what's going on here? Look at that. You're going to need a lot of it. You're going to need a lot of it. And that's just, it is what it is. It's okay. Let me look for the self-care. To encourage the act of looking after oneself, to ensure one's own needs are met to better serve others. Two beings embrace. Upon a closer look, you see the being is embracing themselves. Your cup wasn't designed to be empty, but to overflow and saturate the world around you. But in order to provide for others, you must provide for yourself first. Tend to your holy trinity. That is your mind, your body, and your spirit. The way you would tend to a cherished lover. Remember that true self-care also nourishes the soul. I replenish my mind, my body, and spirit with self-care so I can show up in the world as the best version of myself. So you really have to be the boss of your own story. This week is setting the tone for the rest of the year, because the work that you do this week on yourself, the realizations that you do this week on yourself, the journaling, the healing, the therapy, it is going to just clear a lot of stuff. It's going to make a lot of things make sense, right? Maybe it's like, oh, I have this person in my life because I'm still operating from this energetic standpoint that isn't even authentically mine. I'm operating like my mom who's unhealed, or I'm operating like so-and-so who is unhealed, and it's really taking a toll on my life because it's not making me open to what I most deserve or most desire. Whatever it is showing up, take your time with that, okay? Take your time with that. Breathe easy. You can't beat yourself up into another identity. You can't beat yourself up into a realization. Ease your way into it, okay? The more soft, the more easeful you will be, the more excited and easy this work now becomes. The more you start developing a standard, just maybe just more of a, how do you say, I can't even think right now. But you're not going to be resisting doing this work, because it's just going to be like, oh, okay, I just noticed that. Ooh, that's old Tati, or that's so-and-so acting like my uncle, that's so-and-so acting like my brother, whatever. That's not me. Shifting, doing a clearing on that. I'm calling in divine help from my guides. You know the deal. Just give yourself all the love. Give yourself all the tenderness and the care, because you most deserve it. Okay, and I will be seeing you guys next week, or for the full moon. I think it's a full moon. Yeah, it's a full moon coming. And I don't know when it's coming, but it's coming soon, and I'm gonna make you a video for it. So I'm sending you guys all the love. Mwah. Ciao.